What's up, guys? Welcome back to the greatest channel on YouTube. I am Christian Brummett. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're unaware, I'm sorry I've been absent the past couple of weeks, but I did have to put down one of my favorite dogs I've ever owned, Jagger. He's such a great dog, but he got sick, and unfortunately we had to put him down last week. That being said, I'm happy to be back in better spirits and ready to do some fishing and some videos. Today we're going to be talking about the finesse worm and beavers, creature baits, crawls, whatever you want to throw. Anytime I'm throwing these baits, I always throw them on a medium heavy rod, somewhere around 7 foot. Super fast gear ratio reel. Right now I've got this Revo Rocket, it's 9-to-1. As far as line goes, I've got 12-pound fluorocarbon on here. If you're pitching your stuff into like really thick vegetation or really thick cover, you can definitely up your line to 15, 17 or whatever. You guys down south probably use heavier than that or braid. That being said, typically when I'm pitching out any kind of creature bait or crawl or anything, I will peg a weight on here. I typically throw a 1/4 ounce or a 3/8 ounce weight. Typically I'll throw a 2/0 hook, 2/0 wide gap hook, but that's obviously weight and everything is going to depend on you personally, where you're fishing at, and how the fish are reacting to that in your body of water. This bait is also great for figuring out what kind of stuff you have on the bottom. So if you throw out this or a jig or something, you can feel that bottom as you drag it along, find out if there's chunk rock or just dirt, grass, wood, whatever it is. It's a great way to find out what's going on in that body of water. Next bait is going to be the finesse worm. This here is a Berkeley power worm. It's definitely one of my favorites. Typically when I'm throwing this, I'll throw it on the same setup as I throw a beaver, but I'm only going to throw an 1/8 ounce or even less weight. If I throw it weightless, then I'm going to switch it up and throw it on a spinning reel, because it's pretty darn hard to throw super light lures on a bait caster. If you're new to bass fishing or just really not familiar or comfortable with bait casters, I would definitely recommend throwing any kind of finesse worms on a spinning reel until you get better with your bait caster. Alright guys, well, very short video this week, but thank you very much for tuning in. I do want to also let you know that part 4, we're going to be covering the frog and the deep diving crankbait. Those are the last 2 baits for the top 10 beginner baits. We're going to put out a video in a couple days. I'm going to actually film it with my buddy Mike McAdams, who, if you guys are familiar with my channel, he's my tournament partner. He's definitely the best bass fisherman I know, hands down. He's very good, knows his stuff. So we're going to film that video together, and then Mike actually has a couple of ideas for some other videos, some other little tips and tricks for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Also, the winner for the giveaway from the last video is going to be Bryce Miller Fishing. He's actually a guy that lives here in Ohio, and I think he's going to be fishing some tournaments with me, so that's really cool. But he picked Defoe to win the Classic and had some good info about him. So congrats to you. Send me a message and I'll get the stuff out to you. This week's question, I want to know what you guys think. What's your guess for what is going to be the biggest bass weighed in during the Classic? Any day, doesn't matter. For the whole tournament, how heavy is that biggest bass going to weigh? Comment that down below. Make sure you're subscribed, and next week you might be the lucky winner of some awesome baits. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed. Stay hooked, and we'll catch you next time.